Good morning, friends. We are learning our subject data mining 3160714. In that, we are learning our module 4, that is classification and prediction. Now, in the previous lecture, what we have studied, that was the perceptron convergence algorithm, right? And in that, what we have studied, we are training with the data, we are testing with the data, and if some error is there, we adjust the weights, right? This is what we have studied. Fine. Now let us go ahead so we can have the idea in detail. Fine. This is decision boundary. Decision boundary where we can say that these two classes, in this particular example, say we are having two classes, class C1 and class C2. Now these two classes are linearly separable. Linearly separable, that means either through a line or through hyperplane. We are able to divide two classes perfectly. It may be the case that we are having, say, class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4 in such a way that through a line or through hyperplane, we are not able to divide it. Then those classes are said as not linearly separable. Right? For linearly separable, this is a boundary. What I am saying is, this is a hyperplane or a line that is a decision boundary which clearly separates class 1 and class 2. Fine. So we can say sigma wixi plus b is equal to 0. w1x1 plus w2x2 plus b is equal to 0. Fine. Is the decision boundary for a two-class classification problem. So let us take the example so you can have the clear idea about what actually we are doing. Fine. So let us take the example. Here, what is given? Two classes are there. That is fruit 1 and fruit 2. Fine. Fruit 1 and fruit 2. And we can say the weight and length as the features given. We can take any features as you already know. So here we are having two features, their weight and length. So the values are given to us. Now let us proceed. Train a single layer perceptron model using the above parameters to classify the two fruits, right? To classify the two fruits. So what we do? Using the model parameters, you have to obtain, classify the fruit with weight 140 gram and length 17.9 centimeter. Okay. So what we want is, this is the data given to us, and based on this, what we want is classify the unknown fruit, that is, we can say having weight as 140 gram and length as 17.9 centimeter. Okay, for this fruit we want to check whether the fruit is of class 1 or class 2, right? This is what we want to do from this data. You can say, ma'am, only such example is there which we really implement. No, see, that is already having too many data records. I mean, if you remember in Python for data science also, when we were taking the data set, real data set, CSV file, over there, we used to have say 500 to 600 rows, right? And here I am showing you with only say 4 rows, 4 records of data. See, this is numeric example, right? If I teach you with the very long data, then you cannot understand it, right? So we are taking the small data. With that, we can understand the procedure and then after we can programming using the standard Python libraries, or you can say Vika tools, and we can get the answers. Fine. Okay. So we want to work with this example. Now, one of the activation function is sigmoid SGN, and that is SGN of x is equal to plus 1 if x is greater than or equal to 0, and SGN of x is equal to minus 1 if x is less than 0. Fine. This is known to us. Now for this particular example, we are going to use this activation function. We already know what is the case, that we are having the inputs, we are having the weights, right? We are having the weights. This is say x0, x1, x2. So we will be having w0, w1, w2. Fine. Okay. Then after what will be there? Multiply of input and weight. They will be given to the summer. After that, the activation function is here and we'll be getting the output. This is the normal procedure, isn't it? This is known to us. Yes or no? So see the figure. What is that? You can see the figure and understand it very easily. Fine. So x0, it is fixed input. So you can say it is bias. Yes or no? Yes. So for that, if it is 1 and if we want to provide the bias is equal to say 50, as in the problem, we can say we have to provide the weight as 50. Yes. Okay. So now you know the things. Fine. See, for calculating the examples of neural network, you need to represent your problem in this figure. Okay, without the figure, you cannot do the example, right? If the things are given in the words, you have to draw the figure. If figure is given, you have to calculate. Fine. But without figure, nobody can understand, right? So if in the paper, the figure is given, then you can take that, or otherwise you have to draw from the data whatever is given. Fine. So this is the simple example where we can say that the fixed input and the weight, right? So say initial weights what we have considered is minus 30 and 300. It is written as W10 and W20. That means initial weights. Fine. Then after we'll run this particular algorithm many times. So we can say that at that time it will be W1 1. W1, sorry, W2 1. That way we'll be having. Fine. Okay. So what do we say is this is 50, that is the bias. Eta, that is the learning rate that is known to us, right? That is equal to 0.01. These things are already given. These things are already given in the problem. Now, what do we want is, we want to predict for the fruit where it was given that it is having weight as 140 grams and length as 17.9 centimeter. You remember that. Okay, fine. Proceed. Activation function which we are using here is SGN, where plus 1 when x is greater than or equal to 0 and minus 1 when the x is less than 0. Fine. Okay. Now, what we do? We are giving the solution to this particular problem. Okay. Solution means we want to predict for that particular fruit, whether it is part of class C1 or class C2. Fine. Okay. So, the initial decision boundary for this example is W1x1 plus W2x2 plus B is equal to 0. Fine. We are having, say, W1x1 plus W2x2 plus B is equal to 0. This is what we have seen. Fine. So now we are putting the values in this. W1 is minus 30. W2 is 300 and plus bias is 50, right? So that's what we have given here. 30x1, negative 30x1 plus 300x2 plus 50 is equal to 0. That is a decision boundary, right? That is a decision boundary which linearly separates the classes C1 and class C2. Fine? Okay. Now, say x1 is equal to 100 and x2, what should be that? We are having the equation which is having x1, x2. So if we put the value of x1 here, we'll be able to find x2, isn't it? So let's say that we are able to find x2 as 9.83. Fine. Now, x1 is equal to 200. X2 is equal to what? So by putting the value of x1 in this example, we will be able to find the x2 is equal to 19.83. Fine. When we put them, plot them here, we'll be able to have this particular line. Fine. Okay. Now initial hyperplane does separate the two classes. We can say that this is class 1, this is class 2. How we can find these values? These values are what we were having, right? Do remember the table? Yeah, here. Say 121, 16.8, 114, 15.2, 210, 9.4, 195, 8.1, right? These points we have plotted. You can see here the points we have plotted here. Fine. These are the points. These are part of C1 and these are part of C2. What these 2 points are? These 2 points are where we have considered if the value of x1 is 100, what is the value of x2? If the value of x1 is 200, what is the value of x2? This is what we have found. Fine. So this is the line we are getting. Fine. Now, what we do? Fixed input is that x1. What we want to find? We want to find for 140, right? 140 x1 and x2 as 17.9. What is that? The weight in length, right? For that we want to find. Okay. The initial weight was 50 minus 30, 300. Okay. We are giving that to summer and then we are applying the activation function. After that, we'll be getting the output, that is y, right? Yn we are saying, as if we are running it for more times, we'll be getting the that particular stage output, right? If it is 0 time, then y0, y1, y2, right? That way we'll be getting the output. So it is written this way. Fine. Okay. Now use the above model. Which model? This neural network model, right? This model to classify the unknown fruit. So for that we can say x unknown, that is equal to plus 1 fixed input. Second is 140 and third one is 17.9. As you know that we are taking transpose of it, right? We have already seen that. Fine. W3, that is equal to 50 minus 30 and 300 transpose of that we have to take. Fine. Now y unknown, that is equal to SGN, activation function we have to provide, right? And in that WT3, that is W transpose 3, that is this one we have to apply and multiply by, not multiply by, into x unknown, right? X unknown, that is what the vector we are having here, right? Okay, so that's what we are putting here. That is equal to SGN, that is after what we are getting here, that we are applying to this activation function, right? So that is the SGN function. What is that? We have to apply the values here. 50 into 1 minus 30 into 140, 300 into 17.9. These are vectors, okay? These are vectors. These are not the simple numeric values. Fine. So, vector, the transpose of both of them we are taking and then we are doing the multiplication of factors. So, let us say that we are having SGN of 1 to 2, 0, whatever calculation we do after applying this numeric addition, subtraction and multiplication, we are getting say SGN of 1220 is equal to plus 1. Why it is plus 1? It is because SGN says activation function. It says that if the parameter given to it is positive, then the answer will be +1. And if the answer is negative, it will be -1 as the output, and you can say that will be the class 2, right? We have worked with the thing that +1, that means the class 1, and -1, that means class 2, right? This is the way we are learning it, isn't it? Okay, so +1 we are getting, so fruit belongs to class C1, right? Very simple prediction and very simple example also, isn't it? Very simple figure. See, we just have to know whatever are the X inputs, bias is there, so we'll be giving it as +1 fixed input, and whatever weight that is a bias is given, that will represent here as the weight. If you remember, we have considered first of all bias only, that was given here. Then after we have modified the structure, and then after we have given like this, that is x0 is equal to +1, that is a fixed bias, and then after the value, that is the bias, right? So we can consider it as the same, that is wixi. Fine, we do not have to write it separately, isn't it? So that's what we are putting here. That is a modified structure. Okay, for x unknown we have to represent it as the x inputs. So x first is bias, but for that weight we are not putting here. This is the x. Okay, so x0 +1. This is 140 and 17.9, for which we want to find the class, that is whether this fruit belongs to class 1 or class 2. Fine. Okay. Then W3 in the manner that we are having three values, right? Weight is having three elements in it. So it is 50 minus 30 and 300. The transpose we have to take for both the things, right? Do not forget that. I am explaining you again. Y unknown, which we want to find. So we'll be applying the activation function, and inside that we'll be having the W transpose and X, right? So we'll be doing the vector matrix multiplication, and we are getting the result as the activation function of 1 to 20. As we know that it is positive, so we'll be getting the output as +1, and it means that we will be having the class as C1, isn't it? So very simple prediction, isn't it? Now, solution to the example with unknown initial weights and bias. So what was there in the previous example? Let me show you. We have seen that the solution which we have seen predicted, that was with correct initial weights and bias. The weights and bias are correctly given, then we have predicted. Now it is not known to us. Unknown initial weights and bias. So what we have to do? We have to assume, isn't it? We have to assume the values and we have to proceed. Yes? Okay. Now let's see. W1 of 0 is equal to -30. W2 0 is 300, and assumption or the correct weights are not known in the problem statement also. Then initial bias is given is -1230, and eta, that is the learning parameter, is 0.01. These things are given, but but what it says, with unknown initial weights, it is not guaranteed, it is not given that it is the correct weight. Okay, initial weight is given, but it is correct or not, that is not perfect. So we need to find it by training the neural network, and then after we need to adjust the bias. Fine. Okay, so let's see the example. It will be clear to you very simply. Okay, let us take the example with the unknown initial weights and bias, right? Okay, now what is the case? -30x1, W1x1, right? minus 30 x1 plus 300 x2 minus 1230 bias, right? That is equal to 0. Okay. Now, if x1 is equal to 100, the way we have taken for the previous case, same thing we are taking here, that x1 is equal to 100 and x2 is equal to 200, and find the value of x2. So, when the x1 is equal to 100, x2 we are able to find it as 14.1. And when x1 is equal to 200, we are able to find x2 is equal to 24.1. Fine? Okay. So, initial hyperplane does not separate two classes. Therefore, we need to train the neural network. Whatever points we are having, they are not linearly separating the classes. How you can say that? See, whatever points we are having, we have to plot them. Whatever x1 and x2 we are having, with those 2 points, we need to plot a line, right? And whether they are able to linearly separable two classes or not, that we need to check, right? Here, initial hyperplane does not separate the two classes. Therefore, we need to train the neural network. Fine. Okay, let us proceed. See, why is it not, what you can say, clearly separating? You can see that one is over here on this line and other is here above. Fine. So it is not clearly separating the points. It is, it is not clearly separating the classes. The 2 points are there for what? That is for the class 1 and others are for class 2, right? So this line, whatever we have considered, is not linearly separating the two classes. Okay, fine. So we need to train the neural network. Fine. Now, training with known fruit. We have to train the model with known data, isn't it? Where the desired output is also there. Fine. Let's see. So the figure we are drawing, x1, x2 and x0, that is the plus 1 fixed bias. Now here this 121 16.8, what is that? It is already given in the problem table, right? Data, you remember the data, right? This table, this is there. Okay, now for that what we do is, we are giving 121 as weight, 16.8 as length, and desired output of this is class 1. So it should be plus 1 is the output, right? Same way we are training with second data, third data, fourth data. Fine? Okay. Let's see that. So here we are training with known fruit. Fine? And 121.16, 121 and 16.8. Fine? Okay. Let's proceed. These things we have represented here. Now what? This is 1230, the initial weight, no, initial bias, right? So we can say it is the weight of the x0, isn't it? It is the weight of x0, fine? Minus 30, 300, which is already given in the problem statement. We are applying summer. Then whatever will be getting, that will be given to the activation function, right? And the output is, what output? Desired output is plus 1, as this is the data of the fruit which belongs to class 1, right? So desired output is plus 1, but is this desired? This is the actual output, okay? That we need to calculate and check whether actual output and desired output both are same or not. Fine? So xn is equal to x0, that is equal to plus 1, 121, 16.8 transpose, and desired output is plus 1. Okay. Now wn, that is for weights, minus 1230 is for bias, Minus 30 is for x1 and 300 for x2. Now, what do we do? Yn is equal to y0 because here we have considered all 0. That is the initial things, right? At first step. So SGN of W transpose 0 and into x of 0, right? Wi xi we used to say, fine. So SGN of minus 1230 into 1. We are taking the multiplication of these two vectors, right? They are the transpose. Fine, do not forget that. So write it as this way. No, write it as this way, right? Okay. So what you say is 1230 negative into 1, negative 30 into 121 we are doing, and plus 300 into 8 because we are applying summer to it, right? So we are getting 180, and SGN of 180 is plus 1. As we know that if the value is positive, it will give plus 1. Otherwise, it will give negative 1, right? So here we are getting the actual output yn, that is plus 1, and which is same as the desired output, that is also plus 1. So when the actual output and desired output both are same, we do not need to recalculate the weights. Fine. So let us say that for the next step, we will be having Wn plus 1, that is W1, that is equal to negative 1230, negative 30, 300 transpose. They are remain same as they are same. Fine. No need to adjust the weights. Fine. Now, is it finished? No, no, no. Now, training with known fruit. 114.15.2. Okay. So now that we need to apply in the figure, draw the same thing. Fine. X0, X1, X2. And the weights, negative 1230, negative 30 and 300. Fine. Okay. So proceed. X1 will be 1, 114, 15.2 transpose. This one. Fine. This one. And D1 is plus 1. That is class C1. Right. Now, W1 is minus 1230, minus 30 and 300 transpose. Okay. This is what we have written. Now, W1 is given. Now we want to find Y1, actual output at stage or time 1. Fine. Okay. SGN of W transpose 1 into X1. That is equal to SGN of, take the multiplication of this two, minus 1230 into 1 plus 114 into minus 30, right? Plus 300 into 15.2, right? So that's what we have written here. With that, we are getting a GN of minus 90. Minus 90. So activation function will give us the output as minus 1. And that will be class 2. But D1, that is the desired output, says it is plus 1. So this actual output and desired output are not same, isn't it? So we need to recalculate the weights, right? We need to recalculate the weights. Fine. Now, adaptation of weight vector, as it is a need to change the weight factor. So we need to have that. How we can adjust the weight? It is my wish. Can I increment 100 or 200 or 1 or 2? What is that? For that, the equation is that, right? So here we use the adaptation of weight vector to update the weight vector of the perceptron. So how do we do that? That is Wn plus 1, that is equal to Wn, whatever is the current weight, plus eta, that is the learning parameter, dn minus yn, desired output minus actual output, and into what? X of n, right? X is known to us, that is the input for us. Okay, so now we are adapting new weight vector, right? That is using this example, this equation, that is Wn plus 1 is equal to Wn plus eta dn minus yn into x of n, right? Okay, so now W1, that is equal to minus 1230 minus 30 300 transpose. X1 is plus 1 114 15.2 transpose. D1 is plus 1, that is desired output. Y1 is actual output, that is minus 1. Eta is learning parameter, and that is 0.01. Now W1 plus 1. So W2, that is equal to minus 1230 minus 30 300 transpose plus 0.01, this is eta, into dn is plus 1, yn is minus 1, right? So difference of them, into xn, that is plus 1 114 15.2 transpose. Fine. So what happens? Minus 1230 minus 30 300 transpose plus 0.02 2.28 0.304 transpose. Fine. So W2 will be equal to negative 1229.08 minus 27.72 and 300.304 transpose. Okay. So this is what we are getting for next level, what? Weight vector. Fine. We have adapted the weight. Okay. Now, again, training with the known fruit. We have adjusted the weight. Now, we'll train with the next known fruit. It is not unknown, okay? Okay, fine. So, next one is 210 and 9.4. And that is for class 2. So, the desired output is minus 1. Okay, let's represent that in the figure. X0 is plus 1, fixed input. X1 is 210, this known fruit. X2 is 9.4. Now, what is this? What is this? Bias, adjusted, right? Adapted weight vector. In that, whatever is the values, we need to put it here. Minus 1229.08, negative 27.72 and 300.304. What we have calculated here, right? What we have calculated here, that's what we are putting in the next level figure. Fine. Okay, so that's what is available here. This is the summer, and then after this is the activation function. Okay, so now we need to find the actual output. Desired output is minus 1. Let's see, what is W2? 1229.08, negative value, negative 27.72, 300.304 transpose. Okay, X2 is plus 1, 210, 9.4 transpose. And D2, desired output is negative 1, as it is class 2. Fine. Now we want to find the actual output, that is Y2, is equal to SGN W transpose 2 into X2. That is equal to what? This transpose, right? This is the transpose. So what we are taking is SGN of this WX, 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 and then do the summation. Right? So that is equal to SGN of negative 4227.4224. So that is equal to minus 1 and that is equal to D2. Desired output and actual outputs are same. So no need to recalculate the weights. So whatever we have calculated before, that will be considered for next level. So Wn plus 1, that is equal to W3, that is equal to the same which we have started with in this particular step. Fine. Okay. So let us proceed further. Training with known fruit. 195 8.1 plus 1 fixed input bias. 195, that is for the known fruit, and x2 is 8.1. Fine. Okay. Now the weight factor, it is same as before, as here no recalculation is there because actual output and desired outputs were same. Fine. So same we are taking. So negative 1229.08, negative 27.72 plus 300.304. Summary is applied. Whatever is the output, that is given to the activation function and will be getting the actual output. Okay. So now we need to calculate that. So we are representing W3. W3 is weight vector. So it is this one transpose. Then X3 is what? Is what? Plus 1, 195 and input 1 transpose. Right? D3 is minus 1. Right? Then after we'll be taking Y3. So we'll be taking the multiplication of these two vectors. SGN, we are applying that here. And what we get, SGN of negative 4202.0176, and that is equal to minus 1, which is same as the desired output. So hence we do not need to recalculate the weights, and the weights will be, for next level it will be same as this one, right? Negative 1229.08, negative 27.72, 300.304 transpose. Fine. Now, training with the known fruit, that is 121.16, sorry, 16.8. Okay. Now, this is what we were having, right? Now, plus 1, 121.6, sorry, 16.8 for x2, right? We are applying summer, we are applying the activation function and getting the output. Okay. So W4, we are writing the weight vector, we are writing the x vector. We know that for both of them it is a transpose. Okay. Then what do we do is for Y4, we are applying the activation function for whatever are the W and X. Fine. So taking the multiplication. So that is here multiplication of this first term and first term of X and W, second term of W and X, third term of W and X, and doing this summation. Right? So that's what we are doing here. SGN of 461.91 we are getting, and that way we'll be getting the output as plus 1. So that is same as the desired output. Actual output and desired outputs are same. So no need to recalculate the weights. Fine. So next level W vector will be same as we were having here because no recalculation is there. Fine. Now, training with the known fruit, that is 114 and 15.2. Weight vector is same. We are representing this known fruit with plus 1, 114 and 15.2. Summary is applied. Activation function is applied and it will give us the actual output. Fine. What is desired output is D5 is equal to plus 1. So class 1. You can see we are again taking. Yes, we are again taking. Fine. W5. Weight vector we have represented, x vector we have represented. We know that for both of them you are taking the transpose and the desired output is +1. Now y phi, SGN, W and X we need to consider. Then SGN, apply the multiplication and summation, and we are getting the answer as SGN of 175.46. So we are getting it as +1. So desired output and actual output both are same. So no need to recalculate the weights. Fine. So same weight vector will proceed with the next level. Fine. Now, therefore, the decision boundary obtained after neural network training is negative 27.72x1 plus 300.304x2 minus 1229.08 is equal to 0. X1 is equal to 100, then what is X2? X1 is equal to 200, then what is X2, right? So we can say the values which we are now having, they are able to linearly classify the classes. Fine, they are linearly classify the classes, and what we say is the new decision boundary can now be used to classify any unknown item. Fine, that is the very simple perceptron convergence algorithm. Fine, now we will check for the unknown fruit using now new decision boundary. Fine. So that is x0 plus 1. x1 is 140. x2 is 17.9. What is the weight vector? Negative 1229.08, negative 27.72 and 300.304. Right? We are representing the same problem using the figure. Then what we know is now we will be using this to classify the unknown fruit, right? So we are representing the x vector, we are representing the w vector. What we do with that? Y unknown is equal to SGN of W transpose and X, right? So we are doing the multiplication and we are getting SGN as 265.56, that is equal to +1. So that is the desired output. Is it? Do you know? Is it desired output or not? We do not have the desired output because it is unknown fruit, right? For that, we do not have any desired output. We have only actual output which we have calculated, right? So this unknown fruit belongs to class C1. This is the prediction, right? So you got the point? Let me once again show you the things. See, when the correct weights are given, what we do is directly we can take the W1x1 plus W2x2 plus B is equal to 0. 100 to 100 for x1 we have taken the value of x2. We should check whether they are linearly separable or not. But see, the thing is, as the correct weights and bias are given, we are able to get the classes, they are linearly separable. Fine. That was with correct weights and bias given. And we are giving the unknown fruit and predicting the value. So that it was saying that the unknown fruit is part of class 1, right? Second category which we have taken were the unknown initial weights and bias. But still something for assumption in the problem statement it is given that B0 is equal to 1230 negative, right? Now what? We take those values, that is x100, x200, x100, 200 x1 is 100 and x1 is 200, and we find the value for x2. But there we are not able to get the linearly separable classes. So what we do is we have to train the neural network with all the known fruits, fine, and their classes. So known fruit, the first one, when we do not have any difference in actual output and desired output, we continue with the same weight. We are training with the second known fruit. When we have the difference between actual output and desired output, we need to recalculate the weights. When we need to recalculate the weights, we should have the adaptation of weight vector. That is Wn plus 1 is equal to Wn plus eta into Dn minus Yn and into Xn. Fine. So this way we find the adjusted weight vector. Fine. So we find that. With that, we'll continue training with known fruit, right? We check whether we need to adjust or not. If the desired output and actual output is same, we do not need to recalculate. Okay? Again, training with known fruit. Fine, we are applying. No change in the desired output and actual output. So, what do we say is, we need not to recalculate. Fine. We are again giving the training with the known input, known fruit, that is the class is known, and check whether the actual output and desired output is same or not. If they are same, no need to recalculate. So continue with the same. Training with the known fruit. So with that, what do we say? Both the outputs are same, so we need not to recalculate the weights. Fine. And then after giving all the data for training, what we do now, no more simple is left. So we stop giving training because all the data points we have given for training. Now what we do is we are applying the same, that is x1 is equal to 100 and x1 is equal to 200. We are finding the x2, we are putting the point and checking whether the decision boundary is able to classify the classes linearly separable or not. And now we are getting that. So now we'll be finding the class for unknown fruit. We are putting the w vector, x vector, we are multiplying, applying the activation function, and we are getting the class for unknown fruit is C1, right? So that is all about the way neural network works. Fine. What is the limitations of perceptron? If there is a solution to be found, then the single layer perceptron algorithm will find it. It can separate classes that lie each other of a straight line easily. But in reality, decision between classes are much more complex. Like you can say this is linearly separable, class 1 and class 2. But here, are they linearly separable? No, they are not. Fine. So take for example the classical exclusive or XOR problem. We can say this one will not able to linearly separate the classes. Fine. So XOR logic function has two inputs and one output. That is known to us. This is the table. This is also known to us. But there the classes are not linearly separable. Fine. So we consider this as a problem in which we want the perceptron to learn to solve. Output 1 if x1 is on and x2 is off, or x2 is on and x1 is off, otherwise output is 0, right? This appears a simple problem, but there is no linear solution, and this problem is not linearly separable. Hence, single layer perceptron cannot solve this problem. And for such thing, we'll be having the more perceptron, right? So we can have the multi-layer perceptron. Okay. That's all for today.